Remember, he's the trainer I always felt Canelo should have brought in. Not to take over, not saying fire your guys, but they should have paid Nacho for his advice because Canelo has always tried to be the boxer. He doesn't like going with what works for him. That's being in the inside, throwing combinations, not all power, but throwing a hell of a lot more combinations. He's always wanted to be on the outside, score with points, look pretty. Where's the Ali shirt? We get it. I thought he should have brought in Nacho. Now, Nacho working with Chavez, I don't really want to see Nacho do that to Chavez. I don't want to see Chavez on the outside trying to counter off what Canelo's doing. That's not who he is. So these are going to be the questions going into this fight is how Nacho Bernstein prepares Chavez for Canelo. I'm telling you right now, a focused Chavez at 165. If you bring out what he does the best, this is a fucking tough fight for Saul to get through 12 rounds. Maybe he gets Chavez out of there with his power within 5, but if he doesn't and he starts getting tired like he has in all of his other fights, this is going to be a really close fight for him in the late rounds with Chavez because Chavez has the style that can stop a smaller opponent, and that's what Canelo is coming in.
You have more faith in this fight than I do, even though I booked my room last week. Even though all the reports actually came out this week that the fight was on, I booked last week. In Vegas, yeah, right?
T-Mobile Arena, yeah. T-Mobile got it.
I told all of you to get your rooms, and I guarantee the prices have all now automatically doubled now that they made it official for that one weekend.
And not only are we going to talk rooms, I'm hearing that if you go to the T-Mobile Arena, you want to get tickets in the lower bowl or the second deck. I'm hearing that the top seats, Lee, if you slip,
they're far away. It's just far away.
And if you, it's pretty steep climb up there in the top. You really don't want to be drunk trying to make that walk up. And there's going to be a lot of drunks.
I've thought about this a million times for places like that. Like the Forum used to be like that. You know, I travel around the country and I've been to a lot of arenas. There are some that are super sketchy. Like, and you know this, like some baseball stadiums for sure. Like I was at the San Francisco, their park. Their upper deck above home plate is one of the sketchiest things I've ever seen. Like it doesn't even make sense how sheer and how angled those seats are. Nobody ever falls. Nobody falls. For whatever reason, nobody falls. If I built it, it would be totally different, but, you know, that's just the reality of what we're talking about.
There could be a couple of drunk fights in this match, though, Lee. That's what I'm guessing.
That's
sure. What I'm guessing.
But nobody's getting thrown off the top balcony. Nobody's committing.
Will it be the light skins versus the dark skins?
It's starting a race riot. WBO super featherweight champion Vasily Lamanchenko will unify his title against WBA champ Jason Sosa. The fight's going to take place on April 8th in Oxon Hill, Maryland. Lamanchenko will be turning 29 in a few days. So this is the regular champion. This is more of that WBA, WBC bullcrap of multi-titles. But Lamanchenko's just going to work and unifying titles.
Hold on. Sosa does have a title, though. He's not the interim. The WBA has that stupid super champ for whatever that means. That's when the I don't even know what it means, to be honest with you. Sorry for not knowing that, you guys, but it's the super champ, then there's the regular champ. The regular champ is exactly what he used to be back in the day. So Jason Sosa is a champion in the division. He stopped an undefeated Javier Fontura in 2015 in December. That was an excellent fight. I've watched Sosa twice. I watched him with the Nicholas Walters draw, which wasn't a draw, Lee. I thought Walters won that fight. HBO was probably on Walters a lot more than I was. But at the very end of that fight, I didn't see it a draw at all. Somehow Sosa pulled that out and got a draw, and that's what got him the shot at the champion. Now, in that fight, the kid almost plays out the same every time. He's a very slow starter, but he's constant pressure, and he's got a lot of power. When he throws his punches, you can see, and it usually lasts through the whole fight. He doesn't have this thing where he gets tired. With that being said, his defense isn't that great. Sosa's the type of guy, Lee. He likes to use a lot of head movement, but only like misses probably 50% of the punches. So he's getting hit 2 out of 4 times every single time. And you kind of start thinking to yourself, you need to pick up your hands. If he gets hit like this by Lamanchenko, this is probably going to be an easy fight for Lamanchenko. But if Sosa can somehow tighten up on his defense, this could be a good fight going in late, because the kid has shown twice against A-caliber fighters that he can take them out late in the fight, or at least go 12 rounds with them. So I like this matchup. This is probably the best matchup Lamanchenko's had since Salido, because even the Nicholas Walters was already starting to drop off when he fought Lamanchenko. That's probably why he took that contract. When he was red hot, they couldn't get those two in the ring. But once he started missing weight and getting the draw, all of a sudden he wanted Lamachenko, and we all seen how he turned up in that fight. So I like this one. Not calling the upset. I think Lamachenko's a heavy favorite going in. But if you like betting on the underdog, put a little bit money to win a lot, this could be a matchup we're looking at here in April.
I am amazed that you have made these stories into something so passionate, Andrew. Bob Arum, Gilberto Ramirez will take on Matt Korobov on the undercard of Pacquiao Horn. I heard this news during the week. I want to be excited about the fight, but I think that Ramirez is going to walk right through Korobov.
And he should. Look at Korobov is a middleweight. He barely went to the super middleweight division like 3 or 4 fights ago. He has 1 win over Brian Vera in that span. Brian Vera is a decent journeyman. So at least he does have a win against someone that's ranked in that division. But Ramirez is coming off of an injury. This is his first fight back. I think they're playing it safe. I just like the fact that he's going to be on the undercard of Pacquiao, which gives him a lot of exposure. If he can come out and stop Korobov, because Korobov has been stopped in his career. Andy Lee stopped him in his title shot. He got a title shot. I think it was a vacant WBO title shot he got with Andy Lee, and he was stopped early in that fight. So Ramirez should be the winner. He should be the favorite going in. But once again, Ramirez is undefeated. He's Mexican. He's in the super middleweight class. We need one of those guys there. I'm hoping he knocks him out and we can put him back on track.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. I lost track of my stories. Klitschko Joshua. They petitioned for the 90,000 seats for their April 29th showdown. Rumors are that they're very close to selling out the 90,000 seats already. They were both in New York this week promoting the fight nationally.
Yeah. No, that's huge. It's already sold out, I think. Update on that. I think the fight's already done. They only got packages left, and they're pretty expensive.
I don't blame them.
Carl Froch is acting like a little, I don't know if he's being serious or what, but Froch used to love that, him and, who was it, Groves? Oh, what's Groves?
Kendall?
No.
That's UFC.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Funny. That was funny.
George Groves? It might have been George Groves. Him and George Groves broke the record, Lee. And Carl Froch, he's been obsessed with this. Some think that's why he even retired. That was like the peak of his career right there. He's very upset that Joshua, 18 pro fights, 19 pro fights, is about to break that record. He said he'll be standing there with the clicker counting the tickets as they come in.
That's bitter.
Yeah, right?
That's super bitter.
And seriously, the guy, he does a lot of commentating. Like when he does it for UK Fights League, he literally brings that up all the time. How, this is where I broke my record, and this is where I broke my record. So yeah, this is a record he thought he was going to hold for a while, but it looks to have been gone here in about 3-4 years after you retire.
Yeah,
that's never good. That's never good.
Where are we? I lost track. WBC announces WBC. Sorry, that's bad writing.
Sorry.
WBC announces WBC.
Oh, I didn't put featherweight?
Yeah, you
Damn it.
did. You
I will
did.
say
You
it.
did. You did. But
So
I
I
think the
should
word
just put
WBC is kind of redundant in that sentence. I
whatever.
almost want to make that the title of the show. WBC announces WBC. Uh, the WBC announces featherweight champion Gary Russell Jr. will be fighting Oscar Escando, and I remember they're putting
That
it up
sounds
for
a lot better. We should go with that one.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
Do you want me to do it your way just so we do it one time? WBC announces WBC featherweight champion Gary Russell Jr. No, sounds a little redundant to me.
Yeah.
The WBC announced this week that featherweight champion Gary Russell Jr. I could do it as Marl. WBC announces this week. It's hard to do because I have to start with his name. Marl Ronaldo here. WBC announces. Sorry. As I remember, this was going to a purse bid last I saw on it. Am I correct?
That and people are wondering why the WBC made the announcement for Gary Russell. Are they pushing him and his promotional company into this fight, or did they actually agree?
What if Escando is actually a cousin to Suleiman? Escando is currently the interim champion. Tell me this just doesn't reek of WBC payola. Escando is the number 1 contender and the interim champion, right? He's ranked number 9 by BoxRec. Russell just doesn't seem interested in the fight. And
they didn't even announce it. Mayweather, I think it's Mayweather and Broner or something that have a promotional contract with Russell.
Yeah.
Where's the announcement?
I don't know. And clearly the WBC is moving forward with the fight. And
he should be stripped. I don't even know why the WBC allows these guys to. He has 1 title defense in 2 years. This is only going to be his 2nd title defense if he does go off with this fight. Why is he even the champ? There should be a mandatory 2 title defenses a year. Swear to God, it's ridiculous. It's like they get these titles and they just hold on to them. Who's the other asshole at middleweight? Billy Joe Sanders. Come on now.
You sound angry.
I'm not angry. It's just kind of weird. WBC, that's why it sounds like they're forcing him to do a title defense.
Deontay Wilder's shitty opponent fell out of his fight, so they found Deontay a new shitty fighter.
He's not bad, Lee.
No, he's shitty.
No.
I've said this, we've done this a million times. If I turn pro at age 48 tomorrow in boxing, you're telling me that I couldn't find 18 fighters to pad my record with?
He's beaten about the same level as Deontay Wilder. You got to give him that. Ray Austin, Eddie Chambers, Travis Walker. These are like the same opponents we watched Deontay pad with. He's undefeated 18-0-12.
Okay.
He's 6'6".
Okay, so Deontay Wilder's new opponent is Gerald El Gallo Negro, Washington. That doesn't even make sense.
He's from San Jose, California. Fights out of Vallejo now.
Okay.
I watched him in his pro debut. I was there for the pro day. I was there for it was Guerrero Edin. Yeah, I watched this guy. I remember his nickname did kind of throw me off. But obviously, you know why he named himself that. He got a little Latin blood probably somewhere in him, Lee.
Wow, that's
what it is.
Lippy Morrison, son of Tommy Morrison.
And that's it? That's all you got?
That's it. That's all I got for that. Look, you want me to be honest? It's a shit fight. Deontay Wilder's not really defending his title. I'm sick of this. Lee,
it's a total improvement from what they have handed us after these guys drop out of his fight.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is 3 rounds.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's the favorite.
How do you
but
think
it's a major improvement. He's 18-0-12 and he's 6'6". Come on, they've been putting these guys in with 5'9" and with 12 losses.
You know what? Ortiz isn't doing anything. Why didn't they make that fight happen?
Well, I know Luis Ortiz. There's a lot
Luis Ortiz would have signed that fight right now.
Lee, you can say that about the whole top 10. Deontay hasn't fought anyone in the top 10 since what was the guy's name? Don King's fighter, Stervine. There you go. Yeah, that was the last person he fought. I don't even think Arreola was top 10 when he faced him, right? I think
he was not.
I don't believe he was. I think he was top 20, but I don't